It's visible.
Yes.
Hi, sir. Good morning.
Run the chmod command.
Hello, sir. It's done, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
Command work ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ?
Sir. It's done now.
Then why you pinged yesterday again?
Sir, before we'll try that time I will share.
No,
Like
no,
it's
no.
not
You
working
are
that
running
time.
a ROM command. No, listen to me
Yes,
first.
sir. Yes, sir. I know. I
You
know.
are running
Yeah,
the
yeah,
wrong
yeah.
command.
Yes,
That
sir.
is the
Yes, sir.
reason you are not getting a chmod command.
Right,
Okay, you
right,
need
right,
to
right.
follow the proper instructions which I shared in the WhatsApp group document.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now I understand, sir.
Ah, so everything is working right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Everything is okay.
Mm. Stop sharing your screen.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so let's move to the next command in Linux. So that is basically a grep command. So let me share my screen. Okay, is my screen visible?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so screen is visible for everybody.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So let's discuss about the further commands in Linux. That is grep. Okay, so grep is a command, so which is used to get or a search particular pattern in a file, or we can also have particular string. The file name starts with particular string, or the file name starts with particular, ends with some particular name. So basically the grep is used to search a particular pattern in a file. Okay, so I'll give a statement. So it is used to search a particular pattern in a file. Okay, and also suppose when we want to get particular file name starts with some name, we can also use grep, and ends with some name, we can also use grep. Just a minute, please. Okay, so let's run some of the commands from grep. So I'll log into the server. Let's log in instance.
Okay.
Okay, so is my screen visible for everybody? So I'm just logging in. Okay, so I'm just logging into server. So I log in SSH to key. Okay, so let's run grep command here. So basically, so I do have the file called directory 1, file 1, file 2. Okay, so how do we check? by running. So there is one directory, and there are two files. Okay, so let's display content of a file, file one. Okay, so here is a content of a file from file one. Okay, now, so okay, so now let's run grep command. So how do we use grep? Hyphen I is basically for case sensitive parameters, case sensitive pattern. It will also pick, because suppose if some of the string is starts with capital letter, right, uppercase letters, and suppose when we point this string to search. Okay, so grep hyphen I pattern followed by, let's keep the pattern in single quote, and followed by file one. Okay, so see, are we able to see this? See, wherever the pattern is present, wherever the pattern is present called disk, it is also listing with uppercase and lowercase, right? Are we getting this output? Correct, right? So what I've used grep hyphen I. Hyphen I represents, even it will point the string starts with uppercase, even the string starts with lowercase, also it will pick the string and give it as an output. Yes, give me a moment, please. Okay, sorry. So I was running a command grep. I'm audible, right? Okay. So in a single quote, I'm gonna
Yes, sir.
okay. I'm gonna point a string called disk. Okay. So again followed by the file name, which is file one. So here it is getting an output saying lowercase string also and uppercase string also. Okay, that is the reason we use hyphen I for case sensitive. Okay, and similarly we also have a command called egrep. Okay, grep or egrep. Okay, so egrep, so how it works, so basically when we want to search a particular string, which is, I mean, multiple string that we wanted to check, right? So here we are searching for only one pattern, right? So out of this file, which is file one, suppose when we want to search a multiple string, so we use egrep. So how do we use this egrep? Egrep pattern, let's point disk. Okay, first string, and then okay, let's keep this way. Okay, so instead of e grep, let's use grep. Okay, grep hyphen e. Okay, so I'll pass multiple string now, hyphen e memory. I'm searching a multiple pattern here instead of single pattern. Okay, and also I'm gonna point file name. Okay, let's see how it works. So are we getting multiple string searched here? Correct, right? So it is also searching a first pattern, and it is also searching the second pattern. Correct. First pattern is disk, and the second pattern is memory. Correct. So we are getting the multiple string getting searched by grep command. That is grep -e is the command and followed by the multiple pattern. You can also point any uh, n number of string followed by -e. So let's search server. Okay. So are we getting this searched by this third pattern? So we are searching multiple patterns saying disk, memory, and server. Okay. So able to understand this?
Yes, sir.
Clear with everybody? So I'm gonna this command. Instead of this, I'll give file name, and here I'm gonna point string. Okay. So that you are able to understand. Is to search a particular string. Okay, and similarly for egrep, I'll keep this. We also call it as egrep or grep e. String 1 and string 2 and string 3. Followed by file name. So you can point any of the file name according to your requirement. Okay, so whatever the file name that you have, you can pass the file name, but without the file name, it won't work, right? So out of this content of file only, we are searching a particular string, right? So use to search multiple pattern. Okay, so we call it as egrep or grep -e. Okay, and -i for case sensitive. That is the reason we use -i. Okay, so grep -e is basically for egrep, egrep or grep -e. That's what we call it as. Okay, and similarly, suppose so now we are searching for a particular pattern in a file, right? Now, how do we check? How do we check with the file starts with, or if the file is having a particular pattern, right? So what I'm trying to say here, there are two files here, right? File 1 and file 2. Okay, let's do cat both the file 1, okay, and file 2. Okay, so both the file having same content, correct? Let's change the content of file 2. So what I'll do, I'm changing file content of file 2. So instead of this, I'm gonna add some other content. Let's add this. Okay, so I'm removing the empty space, save and exit. Okay, now if I do cat, are you guys with me? Okay,
Yes, sir.
cat file 1. So there are both the content are different. Okay, now there are two files. Okay, so currently we are aware of to get a particular pattern to be searched using grep. and egrep to search a multiple pattern. Okay, now I'll keep the common string. Just here I'm gonna replace some some name instead of this. So I will keep some other string here. Okay, now so what I will do, I will use one command, grep -r -l, followed by the pattern called commit. Okay, and I'm gonna pass star. Okay, so this command is listing both the files. Okay, so what this command is saying, this command represents grep -r, r represents recursively, -l represents list with the common pattern of particular string called commit with all. Okay, so that is why it is printing both the files. You are able to understand. Okay, grep -r -l represents list the file which is having a common string in both the file. Okay, so how this where this logic works, so when you are having a production deployment, suppose when you have a multiple files to be dumped into a log file, that time you need to get listed with all the files of a particular common error that you got, that you need to debug that. That is the reason when we are doing an automation, we use these command to get list all the files which is having a common string. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? See, this command will print all the files which is having a common string, that is commit. Correct, both the file is having a file string called commit. Now I will replace this particular string. Okay, so I'll keep it as this string. Okay, let's see if this string is present in both the files, it will list file 1 and file 2. But if the string is present in particular file, it will list only that file. Okay, so it is printing only file 1. Why? Because this terms string is present in only this file, not in file 2. You're able to understand this. Clear with everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what about others?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Understood. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll give this command here as well. I'll give string. So wherever you use -r and -l, so this always prints the file which is having a common string. Okay, so use to list the files which is having a common string. Okay, so -l, you need to keep remember always -l represents list. Okay, -r recursively, it will search for recursive. Okay, and similarly, so where the string, so we also have in grep. So suppose I do cat file1. Okay, in a content, suppose if the particular string starts with some name. Okay, let's try this command, grep. So in a single quote, I will, okay, cap. Okay, let's keep m in file1. Okay, let's see when we get this output or not. Okay. Okay, let's keep capital R. Okay, I think this command will not work. Grep Let's keep this. T ends with dollar followed by file one. Okay. Grep hyphen w commit followed by file one. Okay, so anyways, we have this command. See, you can also use hyphen w. W represents word, so particular string to be searched. So you can use particular string here followed by hyphen w, or you can use this directly. Okay, grep hyphen I followed by string and followed by file name. So wherever you use hyphen I, so it will just print the suppose if this string is having capital C, this command won't work. Okay, better to go for grep hyphen I followed by commit and followed by file name. Okay, and similarly for, so as I told, so suppose if the string is in uppercase or lowercase, so case sensitive. Okay, disk, so it will print both the lowercase and uppercase. Okay, so don't use this command because you will get confused. I mean, you will not get a right output. So use grep hyphen I. Sometimes some logs are stored in lowercase as a content of a file, so that is the reason you use grep hyphen I. Okay, clear? So use only these three commands: grep hyphen I, grep hyphen E to search a multiple string, and also for grep hyphen R hyphen L to list the files which is having a common string. Okay, clear? Okay, now let's move to the next command, that is wc. Wc is the command. Okay, so it is used to count the number of lines, words, and characters in a file. Okay, so used to count number of lines, number of words, and characters. Okay, so there are three things. So wc is used to count the number of lines, number of words, and number of characters. Okay, so let's see how do we count a number of lines in a file, and how do we count a number of words in a file, and how do we count a number of characters in a file. Okay, so along with this wc, we'll have to use, okay, wc hyphen l. So l represents number of lines. Okay, followed by file name. Let's keep file one. So this file one will be having a line of 12. To conclude this, do cat cat file one. So let's count. Okay. So cat file one starts from here. Line number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So are we getting the same output here? WC hyphen L, the number of lines. Are you guys with me?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, WC hyphen W stands for number of word in file 1. So there are 110 words in file 1, and similarly WC hyphen C number of characters in file 1. There are 578 characters. Okay, so word means this is a single word, and this is the second word. Okay, and this is the third. Like that, this file one will be having 110 of word, and character means this is only one character, this second character, this third character, fourth, five, like this. there are 578 characters. Okay, that is the reason WC hyphen C used to count the number of characters. Okay, so I'll give a command here. So WC hyphen L followed by file name. Okay, used to count the number of lines. Okay, hyphen L represents a line. Okay, excuse me. Similarly for WC hyphen W followed by file name used to count the number of words, number of lines in a file. Okay, and similarly number of words in a file. Okay, and W represents for words. Okay, and similarly for WC hyphen C. Just a minute, please. Sorry. So WC hyphen C followed by file name. So used to count the number of characters in a file. Okay, and C represents character. Okay, so clear with everybody?
Sir.
Yes.
Okay, let's move to the next command, that is redirect. Okay, so redirect. So redirect is basically, it is used to write the output of a command to a file. Okay, so understand the statement clearly. It is used to write an output of a command to a file. If the content is already exist, it will overwrite. Okay, so content will get copied to the next file. Okay, so we use the symbol, I mean basically for redirect we use this way. Okay, so redirect is basically used to write an output of command to a file. Okay, so I'll give a statement first, then we'll go for command. Okay, so redirect is basically used to write an output of a command to a file. Okay, if the content is already exist, it will overwrite. Okay, and the content will get copied to the next file. So it will not be appended. Okay. So I'll give a statement here. So it is used to write. It is used to write the output of a command to a file. Okay. So if the content is already present, okay, instead of that, if the content is exist, let's keep this way. Okay, if the content is exist, it will overwrite. Okay, and content will get will copy to the content will get copied to the next file. Okay, so how it works, let's practice some commands. Okay, so as I told, we use redirect this symbol greater than. Okay, so don't say greater than. Wherever you see this, you have to tell this as redirect. Okay, so as I told, we use some symbols in Linux: dot, star, redirect, question mark, dollar, and all. So you need to understand particular specification of that particular symbol that we're using in Linux. Okay, so how do we use? So we are aware of the command. So wc-l followed by file one. Okay, so what is the output of this command? We will get some number of lines in file one, some output, correct? Let's keep this redirect to file 3, means our file 3 will be having an output of this command, means I'm using redirect here in between both the commands. Okay, the output of first command will be stored in this file. Why? Because our statement is saying the redirect is used to write the output of a command to a file, correct? What is the output of a command? wc-l file1 of, see, you can use any command here. Okay, so basically the statement is saying the output of a command to a file, if the content is already exist, if the content is present, if the content is exist, it will override. That's it. Okay, let's run this. Okay, before running, let's check whether there are file 3s exist or not. There is no file called file 3. I'm gonna run this command wc-l wc-l followed by file 1 redirect to file 3, sorry, file 3. Okay, now we got an output. Let's do cat file 3. So are we getting the output? That means this output of this command will be stored it in this file. Okay, so that's what it is used to write. Understand the statement clearly. Write the output of a command to a file. Okay, if the content is exist, it will overwrite. Okay, now so what I'll do, so you can use, so I told already, you can use any command. Suppose if you can run lrt, okay, followed by, I'll use the same file. Okay, see, you need to understand, before we ran, the output of wc-l will be get stored in file 3. Now I'm running ls-lrt redirect to file 3. Okay, so let's run this. So now the content of file 3 will get changed, correct? File 3, is it changed?
Yes. Yes.
ls-lrt means it will print all the files in long format. I mean, recently modified file at bottom. That output will be stored in this file. Again, if I run wc-l, let's now wc-c will use this command now, followed by file3. Okay, wc-c represents number of characters. Okay, so whenever you use this redirect command, if the content is exist, correct? So what it is saying, if the content is exist, if the content is exist, it will overwrite, right? That is the reason I'm rerunning the same command to understand this. Okay, sorry, I did not pass the file name. wc-c followed by file1, redirect to file3. Okay, now if I do cat file3, are we are we getting this output? And before, earlier we used to have this content, and now it is changed to this. Why? Because so our statement is saying if the content is exist, it will overwrite. You're able to understand the highlighted statement.
Yes, sir.
Also,
Yes, sir.
content will get copied to the next file. Means, so whatever the output we will get it from here. So this will get copied to next file. Okay, and as I told, you can run any of the command. Okay, so I'll use this command. Okay, -r. I'll use grep -r. Okay, so say like I've used this command, redirect to file3. Okay, see, I'm listing all the files which is having a common pattern called term and star with all the file and redirect it to file3. Okay, so if I do cat file3, are we getting this? This file3 should have an output of file1. Why? Because our previous command is, this command is saying print all the files which is having a common string called terms, correct? And that will be stored in this file. That's why we are getting an output of file1 in file3. But this is only a content and not the file. Okay, so clear with everybody?
Yes, sir.
ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
sir,
Yes,
can you repeat it once again?
for redirect statement or the
Yes,
command?
redirect statement.
Okay, so the statement is saying, okay, so it is used to write an output of a command to a file, correct? So means whatever the command that you ran here, say like you will use ls-lrt, you will get the recent modified file at bottom, and similarly ls-lt, when you run you will get recently modified file at top, and similarly ls-a will get an hidden file, right? Similarly we use some grep, and there are some du-sh followed by file1. So we ran some commands, right? Whatever the command that you will run, okay, that output of a command, write an output of a command, means whatever the command that we can run here, the output of command is this only, right?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, the output of it is used to write an output of command to a file. Means suppose if this is our command, write an output of a command means redirect. This output I'm gonna store it in file3. The output of this command I'm storing it in file3. Okay, so if I run this, if I do cat file3, so we'll get this output.
Yes, sir, I understood.
Okay, similarly, see, you can run any of the command, not only this. So whatever the command that we have ran till today, we can do redirect it and store it in a new file.
Okay.
So called, just a minute please.
సుదేష్ ఎగ్జామ్ ఉందా?
Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So clear with this statement?
Yes.
So basically, let's keep. So
And
basically,
Sandeep, like I have one more doubt with that.
let me
Like, what if?
complete this. Let me complete. Please wait. So what I was trying to say here, the output of write an output of one command to a file. Okay. So if the content 8 is exist, let's keep it aside. So if the content is exist, it will overwrite. So basically the content will get copied to the next file. Okay, suppose if the file is having same content, it will overwrite. Okay, so you can run n number of times. Okay, so that's how this redirect works. Yes, go ahead. What is your doubt? Somebody's asking some doubt. Suhas, I think.
Yeah, am I audible now?
Yes, you are audible.
Like, what if the file which contains the extra, extra thing? For example, you said it will copy for the file three for the new file,
Hmm.
whatever the output from the file one, right?
Yes.
So, what if some file exists in the file three? Will it be showing to right with that?
Okay, suppose, so if the file 3 is already existing, right? That's what your question.
Yeah, that's what.
Okay, so say like the file 3 is already existing. It's okay. I'm gonna run ls-lrt. So it will not change any file. Okay, if the file is exist, it will override. That's it. That's what I told. Okay, if I do cat file 3, so it will print an output this way. If not, it will create the file. If the file is not existing, it will recreate and store it an output. And if the file is exist, it will uh, redirect the output to the next file.
Okay, yes, got it.
Yes. Okay. Suppose if the file is not present, say like if I want to store this output in file 4, it will recreate. And so file 4 is created again. If I do cat file 4, so it will get created. Okay, and if the file is already created, so it will not recreate again, it will override the content in it, so called redirect. And this statement you guys need to remember, override. Okay, so in the command I'm going to give it here is wc -l followed by file name. Okay, and don't get confused with this symbol. Okay, I'll give this way, redirect to file 3. Okay, redirect to the, okay, new file name. I'll give this way, new file name. Okay, And similarly, if you run ls-lrt, okay, this output you can store, it means redirect to new file. Okay, so you guys are able to understand these commands, and you can, before redirect, you can run any of the command. Suppose if the command is required to pass the file name, you can pass it. And suppose if the some of the commands is not required to pass the file name, you can use these commands and store that output in a new file, and you can explore redirect this way. Okay, clear with everybody? Any questions on this? Anybody has any questions on redirect?
Sir, if you can you go to the console, sir, once? Uh, Sir, if you see, you do the ls and ls-lrt, that output will be, that output should not contain a file 4 actually. Okay, but if you do the ls-lrt and redirected the file 4, right? It was showing in there. So before it was creating and adding into that file.
See, what is output of LSI for LRT? File 4.
Yes.
Correct, right? So earlier
Mm-hmm.
it was not created.
Yes.
Correct. Now the
Correct.
file is created. Okay.
Correct.
So so when we run this ls-lrt, so it
Mm-hmm.
should print file 4. So earlier it was not created, right? Okay, let's
Yeah.
remove this
Yeah. Yeah.
file 4,
Yeah.
and now we have only
Plus three
file.
files. Yeah.
Correct. Now,
Yes.
if I run ls-lrt, redirect
Correct. File 4.
to file 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cat.
Now, if I do cat file 4,
How it comes, sir? File 4, it was not created, right? If you do the ls-lrt,
see,
output of this file will be only it will be file 3, correct, right?
no, no, no. Ultimately, what this command will do, it will create a file. Correct.
Okay.
So whatever the Linux machine, whatever it will create the file,
Mhm.
that will be stored it into the new file. Okay. So
Okay.
might be as soon as we are running this redirect, it is creating and getting an output, and get stored it in a file called file 4.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
normally we will not be having
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
this
Okay. Okay.
conflict in the production or when you
Production.
are maintaining some applications.
Mhm.
But so ultimately the output will get stored as soon
Sure.
as the file is get created.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
So that's how Linux, we prefer for Linux for a fast and uh, uh,
Robust.
speed speed we call
Yeah.
it
Okay.
as, and then
Okay.
latency. That
Okay.
is
Okay.
the reason
Got
we
it.
create all the application through the Linux platform only.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So again, anybody has any questions? Any
Yes,
questions,
sir.
guys?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yes. Yes.
Sir, can we store now this command to another file like cat file 4?
You can store.
No, to the same file or we need to create another file? Can we store to the same file like cat file 4 to the file 4 only?
Yes.
I tried here, but it's showing 0.
Add file 4, redirect to file 4. Correct?
Yes,
Hmm. If I do cat file 4 now,
it's not
okay,
coming.
before that, you see cat file 4, nothing it is, right? It is empty.
Yes, yes,
That is the reason, and you are doing cat, then nothing it is
yes.
showing. Then how it
Yes.
will print a message?
Oh.
Correct?
No, sir. I tried here like I have content in file 1. Okay.
Okay.
I
So say
displayed cat
like,
file 1.
okay,
Same cat file 3 to the file 3 only.
cat file 3 to the file. How it
Same file.
works
It
here?
should it should
No, no, no.
overwrite stuff, right?
Wait. Why you want to store the same output into the same file?
No, sir. I am checking that it should overwrite that one content, right?
Yes, it will.
Here
It
it's
should
not coming.
overwrite. That is the reason when you want to overwrite. So whatever the see this file 3 content, say like this is the content. It will overwrite means
Yes, sir.
it will overwrite it only, no? So you are
Okay.
redirecting to the same file. That doesn't mean that. I mean, that is no meaning for that. So normally, how this command built for redirect, the output of one command should get stored it in a different file, not the same file. Okay. So when you are doing this with same file, with file 3, this is meaningless.
Okay.
Okay. So again, if I do cat file 3, you will get 0 only. Content will get override, right?
Okay.
It will not store it in a new file.
Okay.
I mean, it should be stored it in a new file. So that's why we need to use the command with the proper requirement. So it's this is for no meaning, according to me.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Yes, please use for different file and try to understand the redirect.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. And similarly we have append. Okay. So the another command called append. The symbol that we use is this. Okay. So this is redirect and this will be append. Okay. So let me explain this append. So append is basically it is used to attach to a output of a command. Okay, so here for redirect we are saying write an output to the command to a file. So here in append is used to attach to a output of a command. Okay, and it will get appended to the below content. If the content is present, it will display below the existing content. Okay, so basically it is used to attach to output of a command used to end of a file. Okay, so I'll give a statement and I'll give an example, and let's practice redirect and append both the commands. Okay, so it is used to attach to a output of a command used to end, used to add, used to add it end of a file. Okay, and if the content is present, if the content is exist, okay, so it will copy below the, it will copy below the existing content. Okay, and also it will not overwrite. Okay, so this, it will not overwrite, it will not overwrite for content. So it will attach to end of a file, end of a file. So basically, so redirect will get, it will get overwrite. Okay, in case of append, it will not overwrite. So it will, the content will get attached to the, attach below the existing content. Okay, so basically append is used to attach an output to a command used to add at end of a file. Okay, and if the content is exist, so it will copy below the existing content and it will not overwrite. It will attach the content below the existing content. Okay, let's see how it works. Okay, let's go to server here. Okay, so I have a file, cat file1. Okay, cat file2. Okay, cat file3. Let's remove file3. Okay, and cat file4. Let's remove this as well. File4. Okay, now I have a command called ls-lrt. Okay, redirect is done. Let's do an append. Okay, I'm doing append to file3, means the output of this command that I'll be storing it in file3. Okay, if I run this, if I do cat file3, sorry, the output of, the output of this command will get stored it in file3. Okay, suppose similarly, if I run this same command again, okay, when I do cat file3, are we getting an appended output here? Means the append will not overwrite, it will add the content below the existing content. Okay, so this content will be on existing, and this content is when we ran that second time, so the content will get stored again. If I run the same command, okay, if I do cat file3, so are we getting this? The existing content will get copied below the existing content, the output. So you need to understand the statement clearly. It is used to attach to output of a command used to add a end of a file. End of a file means, see, suppose if your file is having this output, the next running command will get stored below the existing content. Okay, similarly, if the content is exist, it will copy below the existing content. Okay, it will not overwrite, it will not overwrite, but in redirect it will overwrite. Correct, that is a major difference between redirect and append. That's how you need to understand how this redirect works and how this append works. Okay, so say suppose if I have another file of, okay, I'll do cat file to redirect to file3. Okay, so again if I do cat file3, so it will, this output will get stored it in file3 below the existing content. Okay, so our content, the existing content was this earlier, and this is the second file content will get stored it in the existing file using append. Are we able to see this? And again, if I want to store some more data, wc-l file3, sorry, file2 append file3. Okay, if I do cat file3 Are we able to see this line? And before that, the output was still here, correct? And now we can see this eight characters that get stored it in existing file. You guys are able to understand?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Anybody has any questions? I'll give you the same. Okay, file name, and you point the new file. Okay, and similarly, you can use this. See, this append you can use multiple times, and even redirect also you can use multiple times. That depends on your requirement. So before that, you need to understand the difference between redirect and append. Then only you will be in a position to work on this redirect and append. Anybody has any questions and any doubts, guys? This redirect, append, and WC command, and then grep command. Anybody has any questions again? Any doubts? ಏನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ?
Sandeep,
Yes.
that in the last second line, that WC-L file, can you just explain once? That's it.
WC-L.
Yeah.
This one.
No, the append one.
Okay. WC-L.
Yes,
This one.
this one. Yeah.
Okay. So say like I have the file cat file. Let's keep cat file one. Okay. So WC is basically used to count a number of characters, number of lines, and number of words. You're asking WC-L. So WC-L number of lines
Mm-hmm. Yes.
followed by file name means
Fine.
I'm gonna pass file one. Okay. So before that, there are 12 lines in file one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
WC-L file 1 append to file 3. Okay, now if I run this file 3, already we have lot of content in file 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's keep it at 4. Okay, this if I do cat file 4, the output of this WCFNL will get appended to this file 4. Okay, again I'm gonna run same command. Okay, if I do cat file 4, is it appended?
Yeah.
Means it will not overwrite, it will get appended.
One
Okay?
after the other.
Yes. Okay, if I do run this command again, if I do cat file 4, so you can run n number of times this append, it will get override.
Exactly.
Add the content below the existing content, it will not overwrite.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
Okay, that's what the statement have given here. So if the content is exist, it will copy below the existing content, and it will not overwrite for a content. It will attach to a end of a file.
Okay.
Means end of a file in the sense here.
At the last,
So
the new one will be at the bottom.
yes.
Yes, Sandeep. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Again, anybody has any questions and any doubts? Guys, I'm asking you. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಕೇಳಿ. ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ it will be very difficult for us to guide you on the same. So again, Q&A will be in the evening, 7 or 7:30. I'll inform in the group. Clear with everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's quickly wind up the session. Let's connect evening for Q&A. See, morning 7 and evening 7 or 7:30 Q&A. So you need to join both the sessions in a day. Okay, so you're here to prepare to get learn some commands, some tools, get prepared for the domain. Okay, ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಡೌಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳಿ.
Hi, sir.
Yes.
Sir, today session is clear, sir. Yesterday, sir, actually in Q&A, I confused with DU and DF commands, right, sir?
DU
On
and
that,
DF command. Have you
yes,
practiced DU and DF command?
yes, sir, practiced. As per my understanding, sir,
Hmm.
DF is completely for disk, sir, disk monitoring and file
Hmm.
system, sir.
Hmm.
And DU is for particularly directories and files, sir.
Correct.
But sir, when I saw the notes, that time I got confused. In in DU, sir, particularly,
Notes is here only. What is your
yeah, yeah,
confusion here?
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Go to DF, sir. Yes, sir. Here, in DF-H, used to check a disk memory, but
Hmm.
memory here, memory is like different, right, sir? Here, to check memory, we use free and free-H and
RAM.
MK.
RAM.
Yeah, yeah.
RAM is for
Particular,
free. Huh.
yeah.
Huh.
And disk memory means again RAM only you are talking, right?
See,
Disk RAM.
we call it as memory, right? Disk and the RAM. We call it as disk memory and RAM memory. You can directly call it as RAM. You can directly call it as disk. You forget about memory.
Okay,
You
that
call it
is
as
okay.
disk and we call it as RAM. How do we check? See, if you are working on it, nobody will tell check the RAM. Check the RAM
Memory.
memory. Check the disk memory. If the disk memory is reached threshold, you should get triggered an email. That's how the project works. So that don't get confused over there. Disk is for DF-H and the RAM is for free.
Okay, sir.
And
That's good.
both we call it as memory only, na? Storage.
Actually, sir, my problem is I worked in hardware networking, sir. I physically touch the disk and memory. I
Mm-hmm.
thought memory is a RAM only. Disk is completely different. It's a hardware storage. Memory is also like different hardware, no? Disk and memory. So I was confused with that. That's it.
See, memory is basically for the system memory, completely system memory. Out of that, the disk is basically the hardware
Yes.
system, and that is also having some memory, some storage. Correct? Correct, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
No, no, no. Let's not be a confusion here. Disk and RAM are both are different. The hardware
Yeah,
and
yes,
this
sir.
is RAM, right?
Yes, sir.
Disk is also having some memory.
Okay, sir. That was, yeah,
Mm,
that's new to me, sir. I thought disk is completely different. It doesn't have memory. It is just like
okay, you
in
leave
I.
memory for disk. You keep only disk for DFI-H.
Okay, sir.
Disk size.
Okay, okay,
Let's
sir. Yeah,
keep
yes,
this way. Disk size.
yes, sir. Disk and drive size and disk monitoring. Yeah.
Yes, let's keep it as size.
Okay, fine.
Okay, clear.
Yeah, yes, sir.
And is it a RAM memory?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's keep this disk size and the RAM memory.
Okay,
Is
sir.
this clear
Fine.
now?
Yeah, yeah, clear, sir. Thank you,
Any
sir.
other doubts?
No, sir. Thank you.
Anybody has any doubts and questions? Similar kind of doubt? And let's not let's don't keep your doubt with you. So you can ask, even it might be a silly also is fine for me. So let's clear with from basic, because going forward we're gonna cover a lot of concepts, lot of tools. So this is very important.
So another doubt, sir. Maybe it is silly.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yes.
Can you scroll up little bit?
Okay. Wait, till where I need to scroll up?
Uh, yeah, CP command, sir, actually.
Just a minute. CP,
Yeah.
CP is here. Ah,
Yes, sir. Sir, here in source file and destination file you mentioned, right?
mm,
To use to copy.
mm.
Sir, file we can't copy in a file only, right, sir? In directory only you can copy, right?
No, no, no. I did not
Destination.
understood your question. What is your
Sir,
question?
sir, source file we can copy in destination directory, right?
We are copying file
Okay.
from source to destination. Suppose, see, let's go it in Windows. I have this file.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I'm copying it, and again I'm pasting it. Correct. So are we doing copy in folder?
Not no, sir. But we're copying in some like particular directory, no, sir. It
No,
is
no,
in
no. Don't
downloads directory.
don't go for that. So here we have copied into the folder only. I mean, we are copied into the file only. Correct. Not in any of the folder. I mean, obviously it will be in the downloads folder only,
Yeah,
but
yes.
we are copying this file into this, not in any of the folder. You agree on this?
Yeah, agreed, sir.
Similarly, I'll delete this first. Similarly, in Linux, we are copying some file. Say suppose I have, okay, obviously I'm in Ubuntu folder. Okay,
Yes, sir. Yes,
so
sir.
if I want to copy, if I want to copy this file one into the same path, means we need to copy source file, means the content of this file one. Suppose sometimes you need to copy this content of file one into some other file, correct? See, let's
Yes, sir.
say cp file one into file 5. Okay, so if the file 5 is not created, it will get created, correct?
Yes, sir.
So are we doing the same here according to that statement? And are we
Sir,
passing
actually,
any folder name? Are we passing any folder name here?
sir, 1 minute, sir. Can you do ls-ll, please? ls-ltr, please.
ls-lrt.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Yeah, clear, sir.
Now, what is your doubt?
Now cleared, sir. Everything.
So here we are copying file from source file to destination file. Suppose if you are copying that file into the some other path in a directory, you can copy the destination directory path. That's it. You can copy wherever you want. Okay, from source path, file path, and destination, you can copy it in multiple subfolders as well. Suppose if you want to copy this in multiple, okay, say like you have the folder name called slash dev slash prod slash qa. Okay, so it will get copied under this subfolder as file 5.
Doubts
Okay,
is clear.
so why it is saying in error, these folders are not
Yeah,
existing.
offline doubt is
That is the
Yes,
clear.
sir.
reason it is throwing in error. That is, let's leave this error as of now, but
Yeah, yeah.
you need to point this directory subpath along with this file. But this is the source file and then destination file path. Clear?
I got it. Got it. Got it.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Any other doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. Anybody has any questions?
I sir, actually,
Yes.
sir, that's my AWS account problem. Still, it's not solved.
Okay. So you tried with the different account with the different